What's up, everybody? Rothstein here. Betting Public Sports Show. I'm your beloved host, Fame Rothstein, a.k.a. Michael Snackson, a.k.a. Bay O Wolf, a.k.a. Malcolm Excellence, a.k.a. Hacksaw Jim Thuggin. Today is Wednesday, July 27th, 2022. It's about 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in a beautiful, wet, it's raining like a mother out here, but that's perfect because today's action, I did it out here on purpose. I had to go under shelter, but I did it out here on purpose to let y'all know we're gonna make it rain today. I don't have any daily action, but with these college football futures, there's plenty of action for you there, okay? That's gonna make it rain for you later this year, okay? January, I believe you cash out your college football futures. But couple of things to remind you of. First and foremost, this is a gambling show about sports betting. So if you feel like you have a gambling problem, please do not watch this show, okay? Please contact your state or your local gamblers help group. Secondly, hit that like button. Hit that like button for me, okay? Hit that subscribe button, okay? Subscribe to the program. This is always free. It's never a charge. It's always free. Okay, been doing it for my 4-year anniversary comes up in next month in August, like the middle of August when college football starts in August. Okay, we've been so busy, with the All-Star break and everything. We ain't done we ain't even celebrated the 800th episode of the Fame Rothstein Sports Investing Show, the podcast that you can find on Anchor.fm, Spotify, Anchor.fm, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Podcasts. I hope you can hear me over that rain. Let me walk away from it a little bit. But yeah, 800th episode. Okay, the podcast goes Thursdays through Monday. Okay, during the football season, it can go daily. It can go every day. Sometimes, from on occasion, there is a times where we go a whole week, with football. So yeah, and don't forget my social media, Twitter at Biggie Rothstein, BIGGIEROTHSTEIN, Instagram at Fame_Rothstein, FAME_ROTHSTEIN. The backup page, I don't really use it much, but just in case I get knocked off, how social media is, and I like to talk a little shit on here. But that's at Betting Public, BETTINGPUBLIC. Pay homage to Larry Merchant, where we got the name from. Inspired by, rather. But yeah, and then my email address, famerothstein@yahoo.com, all right? But let's get into these college football futures. Because these four, like I said, that's why it's raining. We're going to make it rain on them, all right? First one, very simple. College football, much like college basketball, it's the blue bloods. College basketball, the blue bloods, Duke, Kansas, Kentucky, UCLA, the blue bloods. The teams that are always in the thick of things. Michigan State. College football, Bama, Georgia, Clemson kind of just joined that group. But Miami, kind of one of the blue bloods, USC, Texas, Ohio State, Michigan. These are all blue blood schools that are always going to play a part in the season. And with Alabama at plus 150 to win the national title, they've got the best quarterback, Bryce Young. You have no reason to not take Alabama. I know Clemson's supposed to be back. We'll see. We'll see. Georgia's not expected to do much of anything. Is he a once every 4-year coach? gets a class, and they're good for one every 4 years. They're contenders. We'll see. But yeah, we're gonna take Alabama to win that thing plus 150, and then Bryce Young at plus 350 to win the Heisman. Okay, the Alabama quarterback plus 350. I know he's missing Amici, and that's gonna hurt. Amici, who had an illness, we send the best to him. Hope he's okay. He's got that issue. I believe it's some type of cancer. I believe I might be mistaken, but yeah, we wish him the best. Pardon that, son, on my bald head. This says that usually I'm on video. It's bucket low, like fuck it though. No bucket, but a baldy. But we'll get back into that. But yeah. So Amici there. But Alabama still, they keep heat. That's what they do. From going back, since Saban been there. Hell, they went from Jalen Hurts to Tua, a second-round pick and a first-round pick. What the hell? Judy to Devontae Smith. First-round pick 1 year, first-round pick the next year. 2 freshmen, the same class. Both freshmen making plays. Matter of fact, Devontae Smith caught the winning touchdown against Georgia 4 years ago, right? Against Georgia. So yeah, just Alabama's gonna do what they do. So I wouldn't worry about no NILs and all that. Alabama gonna do what they do. Now, 2 teams I would like to talk about for their conference titles. First off, Central Michigan. Central Michigan, the Chippewas. Okay, up there. I believe they're in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Yeah, but regardless, they're plus 450 to win the Mid-America Conference. You know how we've always celebrated and went with these coaches who came from the Power 5 conferences down to these mid-majors and smallers, because they usually dominate them. And it's Jim McElwain's time. This is second year at Central Michigan, having been at Florida. And I think he ran into the SEC title game against Bama, and might have been Derrick Henry that year, or whoever was the dominant player right after Derrick Henry. But I think it was Derrick Henry. That big back, yeah. Oh well, but it doesn't matter because he's at Central Michigan now, and like I said, the Chippewas, they had a dynamic offense last year, and in his second year, Toledo's been the one mainstay for at least 30 years. I know I got a friend who graduated, played college football at Toledo, and they were good when he played. 30 years ago, old ass. What up, fam? What up, Ross? I'm fucking with you. But yeah, they were good then. And Central Michigan's still good. So therefore, I'm going to take, or not Central Michigan, Toledo, but I'm going to take Central Michigan plus 450 to win that conference. And then I'll admit, I'm going against my own Republic, the University of the Republic of Cincinnati Bearcats on this one. But I'll explain why. Going to take Houston, University of Houston Cougars, to win the AAC, the American Athletic Conference. Now, Holgerson was at West Virginia, but this isn't one of those. He's not. He wasn't at a big program from a big conference. He was just in a big conference. He wasn't at a big program, but Holgerson. He's got the best offense in the league by far, if you ask me, because he got Clayton Tune returning, who had like 35 yards passing and 30 touchdowns. And then he's got the receiver, whose name is Nathaniel Dell, is that his name? The Houston receiver, 1,300 yards, 90 catches, 12 touchdowns. They've got one of the best, pass-catching combos. But they're going to have one of the best. I know that their offense, their running back got hurt, but in spring practice or something like that. But running backs are like outfielders. They're a dime a dozen, right? They're a dime a dozen. You'll find anybody who can run a 4.4 that can be a running back in Division I college football. NFL, trust me. Like I said, they come a dime a dozen. But yeah, and they got 6 guys coming back from defense. The last 3 years, they had a first or early NFL draft on the defensive line. On the defensive line. I'm sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. They've had a player drafted in the early rounds on the defensive line the last 3 years. They call the defensive line Sack Avenue. They stay getting busy. 6 starters coming back from the defense. Over half the defense is coming back, over half the defense is coming back. Or half the starters, half of the 11 starters, 6 of them, more than half. It's going to be a tough out. And they don't. Here's the way I'm taking them. They don't play Cincinnati nor Central Florida. They played Cincinnati last year. Played them tough, like the last game of the year in the title. But it's going to be a little different this year. Because Cincinnati's, now Cincinnati will be back. If not this year, they'll be back next year. I just know that just from, following them locally. But yeah, we're going to take Houston this year. No Central Florida on the schedule. No Cincinnati on the schedule. Best quarterback in the conference back. Best receiver in the conference back. All right. So there you have it. Let's go get our action. Let's be safe. Let's be courteous. Now tomorrow we'll be back with NFL futures and some daily action. All right. But until then, y'all stay safe. Peace.